Good night, fellow punters. The clock on the wall says 8:43 on Sunday night, Mother's Day 2023. Happy Mother's Day to everybody, all the women that are watching, that are mothers. And we cannot ever forget our mother, because only for she we would not be in this world. An old timer I used to have a pint with when I was in my late teens used to always say, not alone is your mother, but she's also your best friend. And how right in my lifetime and in most people's lifetime that has turned out to be. So for deceased mothers, we think of them today, and for those that are lucky enough still to have them, cherish them while they're in it, because one day they will not be. We had 2 horses running today. They didn't run like mothers though. One was a mother, but she didn't do the business today, and I think it was Truth Seeker that had mentioned something about the ground, but she had won on very soft ground in France, although I'd looked again at the video last night and it didn't look as soft as it would be heavy in England, but didn't run a race. And the other one I thought was between the top two in the market, and lo and behold, a horse that hadn't won for 5 years came out and ran a lifetime best today, and it's only its 9th start, very lightly raced. I couldn't see that happening. I thought Lord Manil was going to win that, but second under a big weight, but ran a great race. I thought maybe that it mightn't make the running, but trying to make it a stamina project, we got nutted anyway. But anyway, one more bit of housekeeping. The bets that was done for Cheltenham, 4 people have money. TJ Kelly has €178.25. He had 2 winners on his lucky 15. Or not on lucky 15, he had a €10 Trixie, 2 up. Rachel Duncan had Langer Dan, 10 each way, got 10s, that's 140. Michael McCarthy has 66.50, and Peter Wood has 45.35. Some of you have my email addresses. So email me and tell me how can I get the money to you. Do I go pigeon? Do I go bus? Do I go ass and cart, bike, horse? You tell me. I'll get it to you. And thanks very much. Now, tomorrow, 1 bus horse and bus horse is Carbon King. It won handy enough the last day for us. We got a nice price. I think it was 100 to 30 or 7 to 2. It's gone up £16 and it's back in trip, but it went out in front the last day. You remember the horse that should have won the time before, and the jockey sort of made a boo-boo, but he done the business the last day, and we'll have a quick look at it and have a look at the horse in second.
Raise an effort once more on the inside, and they've cleared away from west of Carrick as they straighten up and make the way on towards the penultimate flight. Carbon King with over on the inside Buddy One, about a length and a half down as they rise at 2 out. Carbon King jumped it well, and the gap is now about 4 lengths. Carbon King opening up on the run to the final flight. Buddy One can find no more. Carbon King has made all. Just the last between him and victory, and he jumps it really well. Carbon King from Buddy One, who's got tired in second, and racing up towards the finish. Carbon King is going to score in great style here under Declan Queally.
Even though he's gone up £16, the horse that was second was Buddy One, and that went out 23 days later, and it was second by a short head in the Michael Purcell Grade 3 in Thurles. And then in the very last race of the Cheltenham meeting in the Martin Pipe, with a rating of 131, so only beaten into third by Iroko and No Ordinary Joe, 2 of JP's, length and a half and a nose. So Carbon King still, even though it's gone up that much, it's still racing off 112. So he beat a horse that was rated 131 in the Martin Pipe, which is £19 higher. So even though he's gone up a considerable amount, only 6th. Hop him out in front. It's a good galloping track, Navan. So there's a couple of that Pont Ardmore that went up. I think it was £18 for the time it won, but it didn't justify the hike the last day. And there's money as well for another 4-year-old there by your side, Gordon Elliott's. But the fact that they're 4, we're 6, and with that run by Buddy One to boost that for him, it's 15-4. That's 4-1 almost. 133-1. I think that's anyone that won the last day won't have a problem having a bet on it again tomorrow. Declan Queally isn't riding it tomorrow. Shane Fitzgerald is. It's an opportunity. They're all conditional jockeys. In Taunton, there's a horse here. It's first time in a handicap. It hasn't ran in a year. I think it might be the right time to get it because it ran very well first time out. It won first time out, actually. JPR One for the Tizzers. So it was with Colin Lowes with Joe. Been a good yardstick there, a Lutteral lad. Then to second to That's All Right Gino. But it went off second favourite for the Betfair last year. Now, it was well bet, but the fact that there was so much money for it, it was very well fancied. But it was tailed off. They probably ran it back, or ran it too high of a task. But if they ran it in the Supreme, like just way back the field in to Constitution Hill, actually it was last that there was only 5 finishers, if I remember correctly, in that race. But it's rated 127. There is a bit of money for it. Opened up at 3s, it's into 5-2 to suggest that it's sort of well fancied. Liberty Hunter is the one that you'd imagine it would be the one to beat. That hosed up in no, it didn't hose up. There were 2 of them, that and JP's horse, but that didn't run that great since. So I think JPR One could be well handicapped, so I might have a win bet on him. And then there's a big pot tomorrow, 36,000 to the winner, and there's a horse there. I'll have a quick look at this. The White Hat. This is over 2.5 miles.
Where it all began, in line for the final 3 fences, Grandero Bello the leader. From Max Charm, slip of the tongue, not much between them for the second and third, and then Aldo the Apache, Hurricane Cliff, low mileage runs on from out of the group, and then where it all began, the second last. It's Grandero Bello by over 3 lengths. Sarah Kavanagh has been shipped from Aldo the Apache at the second last, but it's Grandero Bello coming to the final fence and safely over, has jumped for fun over this 2.5 miles as Grandero Bello puts it together over fences for Ricky Doyle. Eddie and Patrick Harty has made every inch of the running in the Joan Hodgins Memorial supporting the Irish in Jock.
It was running on strong to the line, slip of the tongue. 6-year-old, and Aidan Kelly, who had a winner in Cheltenham, he'll be riding with confidence tomorrow. Let's check the prices. 5-1, paying 4 places in each way play. Chanterouse has decent enough form, all right, but I was a bit disappointed with it the last time. It had been ahead of Malheur Mission the time before. Then it's a small bit disappointing, I thought, the last time. So I don't know how well it's handicapped or not, but I thought the other one. But the first 2 would be more solid plays. This one you can bypass it if you wish. There's a big what do you call it is running tomorrow in the Webster, and he's second now. We back to last year in the Grand National, It's under top weight for the Grand National game this year. It was 5-6. That'd be given a stone weight or more to all them horses off 11-6. They're rated in the 140s. He's rated 150. £11 it should be given to Bustleton. £17. It's only given 3 to Fire Attack. So anyone, if that wins tomorrow, which I expect it to, put him right for the Grand National. He's 20-1 now. He probably went to 14s. You know, if anyone wanted to have an each way bet like last year. Placed the last 2 years. Very unlucky 2 years ago, I thought. But second to Noble 8th, and his third the year before to Manila Times, when it got interfered with and made a mistake at one stage. But good run the last day. Had it tipped up the last, but the meeting was called off. They've saved. This is the meeting that was called off, but it was a better price. There's actually, for someone that likes to do the shorties, Mullins should win the bumper. Did I ask you that? It ran very well and went off even money in the big bumper Stevens' Day in Leopardstown. So that could be a double for someone that likes shorties. So tomorrow's Monday, so it kicks off the week. So hopefully we might get off to a fairly decent start. Bash the bookies, over and out.